Opening a brand new hotel requires massive coordination, but the Director of Finance does not operate in isolation. Their work is governed by the overall project plan, a highly structured matrix known as the Master Pre-Opening Timeline, or MPO-T. The financial readiness of the property is entirely dependent on this specific construction and operational schedule. Therefore, the foundational strategic task for any Director of Finance is to map their specific financial milestones directly onto the MPO-T. This mapping ensures 3 distinct deliverables are ready on time: financial infrastructure, internal controls, and liquidity. Without integrating these deliverables into the broader timeline, the foundational financial architecture will not be in place when the human resources and operational teams demand it. The MPO-T serves as an immutable roadmap for the finance department. The core methodology here is precise backward planning, working in reverse from the grand opening date. As we move backward, specific operational triggers dictate non-negotiable deadlines for the corresponding financial systems. To maintain this structure, the Director of Finance must actively participate in MPO-T review meetings to identify and flag potential risks to the critical path. This backward planning mechanism replaces reactive accounting with a proactive, strategic architecture. At the project's earliest phase lies the construction schedule, dictating the crucial initial funding drawdown date. Before receiving any capital, the Director of Finance must secure bank accounts, establish a treasury management system, and finalize the financial reporting structure. This reporting structure correctly captures and categorizes mass project expenditures as they occur. The earliest operational movements on the property dictate that enterprise-grade capital tracking must be operational before a single brick is laid. Moving forward to the T-6 to 4 month mark, we reach the start of recruitment, where the initial executive team is hired. Financially, this creates a rigid deadline, activating the payroll system and simultaneously configuring the human resources information system. If the HRIS is not fully operational, the property cannot accurately process the very first round of executive payroll. Missing this payroll creates immediate regulatory compliance issues and triggers early dissatisfaction among the core leadership. People operations are inherently financial operations. An integrated timeline protects the hotel's legal standing and core operational morale from day one. Approaching the technology implementation phase, we hit the final handover of IT infrastructure, acting as a strict gatekeeper. Specifically, the property management system and point-of-sale systems must connect securely to the central general ledger system. This connection must occur exactly on schedule to allow for crucial systems integration testing between the guest-facing technology and the back-office accounting. IT infrastructure is useless to the business until it is financially verified. This testing confirms the general ledger as the ultimate source of truth for the tech stack. Parallel to IT handover is the phased delivery of operating supplies and equipment. This triggers the inventory management system setup, requiring a fully tested 3-way match procurement SOP before mass physical deliveries arrive at the loading dock. This phase also triggers other critical pre-opening tasks, such as securing tax registrations and establishing credit card merchant accounts. The final requirement in this sequence is finalizing the initial operating fund floats to ensure cash is on hand. The safe arrival and tracking of physical assets relies entirely on digital financial controls. Without tested SOPs and a configured inventory system, the hotel exposes itself to massive procurement vulnerabilities. We can contrast this integration by examining what happens when a finance department attempts to plan its timeline independently of the operational critical path. A failure to integrate creates a massive cascading effect, leading directly to disastrous consequences across the entire hotel property. These failures manifest as delayed payments, the complete inability to process payroll, and a lack of systems testing. A siloed finance approach compromises the integrity of the entire opening, turning the department into a bottleneck that stalls every other team on the path to launch. Rigorous integration between project management and fiscal planning is required to avoid these systemic failures. This discipline is a core focus in elite strategic financial programs, like those at the Europe Hotel School, London. Anchoring finance to the timeline allows the director to manage project execution risks and financial liquidity risks simultaneously. Adhering to the MPO-T ensures the finance department operates as a strategic enabler for the property. The MPO-T establishes the architectural framework that secures a property's capital and operational viability through every phase of the launch,